Theresa May has received huge praise on Twitter after she called on the government to be upfront with the public about what the future will look like, including that we will not eradicate COVID-19 from the UK. The former Prime Minister said deaths from COVID will also continue in future and highlighted the thousands of flu deaths which occur in the country each year, which Brits have described as spot on. Mrs May added people living in the UK will also never be able to travel abroad ever again if ministers argue international travel cannot be reopened until there are no new variants of the virus elsewhere in the world. Taking to Twitter, one Brit wrote, "I don't really do political stuff, it generates all kinds of toxic scrutiny on here, but Theresa May has this spot on." Another added, "Theresa May talking complete common sense. People will continue to die of COVID, but no more than other illnesses/diseases. Life can't continue with continuous lockdowns." A third person said, "Theresa May made a great speech the other day about how we are heading backwards. People arriving in the UK from a green tier country are not required to self-isolate, while amber arrivals, including those from France, Spain and Italy, must quarantine at home for 10 days. Travel is banned to red list countries." Mrs May, speaking during a general debate on the aviation, travel and tourism industries, said the government has failed to act on its promise from June 2020 to get internationally agreed standard health measures in place. The Conservative MP said, "1 year on. We are no further forward. Indeed, what we have is a devastated industry, jobs lost and global Britain shut for business. More than not being any further forward, we've gone backwards. We now have over 50% of the adult population vaccinated, a wonderful program, yet we're more restricted on travel than we were last year. In 2020, I went to Switzerland in August, South Korea in September, there was no vaccine and travel was possible. This year there is a vaccine, travel is not possible. I really don't understand the stance the government is taking." Mrs May raised questions over the mixed messaging over travel to countries on the amber list, adding the system is chaotic. She also told the House of Commons, "I think there are some facts the government needs to be upfront with the British people about, and ministers need to think a bit more of when making these decisions." Insight: First, we will not eradicate COVID-19 from the UK. There will not be a time when we can say that there will never be another case of COVID-19 in this country. Secondly, variants will keep on coming. There will be new variants every year. If the government's position is that we cannot open up travel until there are no new variants elsewhere in the world, then we will never be able to travel abroad ever again. And the third fact that the government needs to state much more clearly is that sadly people will die from COVID here in the UK in the future, as 10,000 to 20,000 people do every year from flu. Mrs May warned the government needs to decide whether it wants an airline industry and aviation sector in the UK, adding, "It is incomprehensible that one of the most heavily vaccinated countries in the world is one that is most reluctant to give its citizens the freedoms those vaccinations should support."